Do you hear me? Give my creation life!
Are you ready? Are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Phenomenal.
It's so hard to have a gay time on your own. It could be that great chalk and biscuit coating.
It's so hard to have a gay time on your own.
It could be that smooth toffee ice cream in the center. Or that whole delicious golden gay time taste.
Hard to have a gay time on your own.
Streets golden.
You can get it jumping. You can get it pumping. You can get it pressing a suit. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. A long cold Vic.
What happened, Gandalf? Why didn't you meet us?
Oh, I'm sorry, Frodo. I was delayed.
Professor, would you say it's time for our viewers to crack each other's heads open and feast on the goo inside? Yes, I would, Kent.
Welcome everybody to the show. I'm back. How does my voice sound? It feels a little like it could break at any moment, but we're here. It's been 2 weeks. I did a little bit of a, coming back stream yesterday, sort of a little bit of a draw stream yesterday, but here's the real deal. This is a launch party. We're here to help RJ and friends launch call sign Orion, which will be going live on Fund My Comic in mere minutes. 12 to be exact by my calculation, if my mathematics are correct. So get ready for that. Please, as my wife says, my lovely wife there in the chat, hit like, share the stream, let everybody know that this is indeed taking place. Get them all in here, and we can help RJ and crew launch this thing off with a bang. Tacitus Jones is here on Rumble. It says Bancroft back in business. 80% back in business. Still feeling a little weird, but that's all right. That's all right. We'll get it done. Mo was here. He's screwing up his first, as always. He has retired from the first game. He can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit. So shout out to the Golden Wrench. It was Mark's Music Obsession, though, the incoming champion, who managed to snag the first there. And I managed not to upload it. All this time I've been sitting here thinking I was ready. Let me nudge that over there. And there we go. Mark is up to 54. Great to see. On his way. We have Firebreak says, this comics theme is Space Iron Man Samurai. I guess we'll find out. We can ask RJ is waiting diligently in the back there. We can ask him that question. We got Jolly in the house as well. Felix Huss, the link master, dropping all the links. Thank you very much. I pinned this one right here. So if you go over to that now, it'll say it has been approved, but not started yet. It will go live in 10 minutes now. All right, I got to speed this up a little bit. Cheese Assassin, love the name. Great avatar. Is this comic going to be available on Global? We can ask, look, all these questions. Thank you very much. We can ask that as well. We've got a Citizen Ronan in the house. We've got Maromi. We have Sumo Thori here. We've got Gary G, Casey Anthony, LE. All the best people here already. Phil calling me out. Last time I get a raid, apparently. Thank you very much for the raid, Phil. RJ is a working man. And he wasn't sure whether or not he would be able to be here at the normal time, so we said it a little bit later, but everything's fine. He's here, and that just happens. Thank you for the raid nonetheless. I hope you will continue them. Who else do I see here? He says it's all good. All right, there is the link, and it's in the description. It is in the chat, and here is the man himself stroking a cat.
like an evil Bond villain.
I know. Oh,
that was Merlin. He's gone now.
He doesn't like being he doesn't like being in the limelight. He knew something had changed there.
Yeah,
he's like, who are you talking to?
Yeah, he's a dark cat. He likes to lurk,
Welcome to the show, RJ. Now, this wasn't your original camera setup. You're on your iPhone now. We had a little hiccup beforehand, but it looks great. You look sitting back, relaxed, ready to go. Campaign is about to go live in 9 minutes. I'm keeping my eye on the time there.
Perfect.
Now, this campaign, it's you are the writer, correct?
Yes, sir. I am the writer. Mike Barron is the editor, and Luke Stone is the artist.
A big team, a team full of heavy hitters. We love to see it. And there's also someone who might be joining the stream. Maybe we'll see. She does have the link. Now? Let's see, get this name right before she gets on. If she comes on, Lisa Foyle. How do I say that? How do I pronounce that?
Yeah, I'm sad. Foils, like the tin foils.
Foil. There we go.
Like plural foil.
Who is an actress and is looks to be an inspiration for one of the characters in the book. And her being doing a cosplay as a cover is a stretch goal. Have I got that right?
That is correct. Yeah, she's kind of more than an actress. She also writes. She's done voice acting, music journalism. She's in a band. Sings in a band. She's I don't know, triple threat, quadruple threat, something like that.
Making us all look lazy.
Yeah.
By comparison. Someone who isn't lazy is Sumo Thori. He just gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Sumo. Very much appreciated. Who we got here? Dr. Mask, Retro Elixir, Zarglax. Very appropriate to the comic we have tonight. Corey Barton, Dan Plagle, and Mighty Geek Studios all gifted memberships. Unfortunately, Justice for Mo is justice denied continuously. Poor Mo, exactly. But we thank Sumo for your very generous donation to the channel here, and you get this.
You little ripper!
I can actually bring up the campaign. We don't have to talk about it like it's not a thing. It's already there. It just isn't live yet.
That's right.
We can show all the bits and pieces, what people can get here. That's the 4.5K stretch goal, right? Okay, all right. Well, let's answer those questions before we launch the campaign. What was the first question that came in the chat here? There was, hang on, let's scroll all the way back up. Is this Space Iron Man Samurai? Because he does have a sword. It's not normally what you would expect. What looks to be some kind of like space, I guess Space Iron Man is a good way of describing it. Is that how you would describe it?
No, but that's a really funny description. I remember
all he has is the one image to go off, I guess. So.
Yeah, sure, and why not? I think it's I kind of like that they gleaned it from that cover, which is, I mean, why not? It's right there in front of you.
All right, there you go. It isn't that Firebreaker. Also, have you heard of Global Comics?
I have. Big fan. I have a web comic up there right now because I've been following you for a while, Mr. Bancroft, and I remember you suggested that to us rookies. So I actually have that different artist. It's free right now. It's called Agent Ronan, not to be confused with Citizen Ronan. He's a different guy.
Yeah, that's him there. He just joined us.
Yeah. But yeah, Agent Rowan's like a supernatural spy intrigue kind of comic. The first episode is free. Later, it will be behind a paywall. Unless you get my highest tier for Call Sign Orion, then you get a lifetime subscription. I'll just email you the episodes as they come out. You'll have already paid for it. So there's the best deal right there.
Asked and answered.
But yeah, eventually, to answer the question, I'll put Call Sign Orion up on Global Comics once it's funded, and I might do a crowdfunding page too. But I'm gonna give Fund My Comic the first go at it. They get dibs.
First bite. Also, I believe, well, especially since Luke is the artist on this book, it only seems fitting that it will be on Fund My Comic exclusively, at least for now.
Yeah, Luke's not just a great artist; he is also great for the indie sphere.
Yeah, no, we love Luke. I've been having Luke on the channel going back to the very beginning, like 5 years at least. I haven't caught up with him in a little while, but I know he's probably been very busy.
Yeah,
as we all have.
Yeah.
So, been keeping close eye on all his goings-ons and everything, and obviously very happy to see that Fund My Comic is just improving in leaps and bounds, and people are still actually a good proportion of the new books that we're showing now on this channel at least are on Fund My Comic. So yeah, it's great to see. And Luke can't make it tonight, but we just want to give him a shout out and amazing art and all that sort of stuff. All right, we got Dr. Mask Retro Elixir in the chat as well. Great to see you here. We have, how many people got in here? We got 21 people in here. Please do give the stream a like, shout it, let everyone know, share it out to let everyone know this is about to happen in 3 minutes time. It's been a while. We did a great launch a couple of weeks ago, Chris Fisk's Infinital Chronicles. I don't know if you caught that one, but there was a good reintroduction to the launch streams. It had been a while. We haven't done very many over the last 6 months or so. There haven't been that many people launching them. I'm gonna go in here. How long is my intro? Okay, we got about it. We're gonna play the intro in about 2 minutes time. So get ready for that. Very I was scrolling through your campaign earlier. Very affordable here. Is that a print copy for $5?
That's correct. Damn. I'm practically giving stuff away.
Damn. I know, right? You and Band of the Crow pushing it. Who was another one as well? Richard Embry on his book. He had a $5 book as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to get down to those prices, but
that $5 is your standard page. But you've seen the colors here on your screen. They're really going to pop on a more glossy book. So if you spend a little extra money, you get what I call the Moss Gloss tier. It's just shiny, popping off the page, jumping out at you, kind of book.
Well, I've never actually seen anyone do that before. Offer a sort of a higher quality paper on a campaign for a little bit more. That's interesting. So what paper will this be on?
The $5 one or the $10?
Yeah, the $5.
The $5, just your standard matte.
Right.
I guess is what you call it. Yeah.
Yep. Well, there you go. All right. I got to keep my eye on the time here. As soon as it goes to 29, I think we'll be good to play the countdown video.
Sweet.
Get this thing going. That is the good and sometimes bad thing. Sometimes we do want to just jump into it, but Fund My Comic has been very reliable in terms of when these things go live. Indiegogo, not so much. All right, I think we're good. Everybody is ready. Your campaign better be ready because we're about to go live with the countdown for Call Sign Orion. Here we go.
Here we go.
Turn it up!
It is live. It always works like a charm. Shout out to Luke and the
Look at
team.
that. We are
Always goes
live.
off without a hitch. It is live. It is available. Felix Huss has the link right there in the chat. It is also pinned to the chat as well. It's in the description as well if anyone wants to go over there and jump in there. It's $5 for the book. Do you know what the shipping is on that in the US?
Shipping, I mean, depends on where you're at. It could be $5. Depends on what tier you get too, because like if you get I think one book is close to $5 in the US, but then if you get the 2 books, that increases the weight.
Yeah, fair enough. Even though, I mean, even if it's $5, that's $10 for a and how long is the actual book?
42 pages.
42 pages, $10. Amazing value here on call sign Orion. All right, RJ, first place to start. What's your background in comics? How did you get into it?
My background comics, and I wish Lisa were she'll be joining in a little bit, but probably any minute. But so my background in comics is that same as my background. If you follow my Substack, kind of same as my background in the fire service. I started in movies.
Right.
I grew up in California. Wanted to be a screenwriter, and then went into the fire service. Been in fire and EMS for about 15 years now. But I always like wanted to write creatively. And then just for fun, I kind of, I think I was with you guys, we all experienced like a dark ages of media. And just for fun, I decided to write my own space opera.
It's time. I need to throw my hat in the ring.
Exactly. And I wasn't really trying to accomplish anything, but just kind of see if I could do it. It was for my own gratification. And then my friend who's in the industry, Lisa Foyles, read the first draft of my script, and she liked it, and she said it kind of lends itself to animation. And that was around the time that Musk bought Twitter, now Twix.
Yep.
And so I started looking for people who could draw, and that's when I found this whole CG Iron Age community. And shortly after Luke Stone launched on my comic, and I was discovering him around that point, and just started not hanging online, digitally hanging out with those guys. Learned I'm not too far away geographically from Mike Barron. And one thing kind of led to another, and he helped me adapt this idea for a story I had into a comic book.
So did Mike actually work with you on the script before it had even seen any kind of art or anything like that? He worked on the story with you. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, me and him met in person. Went over like paper versions of the script several times, just over coffee. He made hand notes on it, and I went over through several drafts that way, and until we got the final script before Luke drew anything.
Have you seen how Mike's Nexus campaign is going on Kickstarter at the moment?
Oh man, gangbusters!
I'm completely. I mean, it's amazing. It's fantastic. It's just mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like I think it's over $100 and something thousand, and just going gangbusters. There's Lisa there. Hopefully she'll be joining us soon. Sweet. So is she the inspiration for this character in the book?
Yes. I mean, she'll tell you. Is she popping on? She's probably backstage.
She's not backstage yet.
Okay.
So as soon as she comes in, I can bring her in, but she's not there yet.
Yeah, so she does a lot of like if you could get close to the camera, someone said in chat. I look funny from this angle though if I'm close.
You know what it is? It's because because the camera is vertical, so it's like shrinking you down. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm tiny. I feel like it's like music video angle
up there, right there, up close and personal.
But yeah, so Lisa does a lot of like if you like stay at a hotel in Vegas and turn on the TV, she might be like telling you things to do in Vegas. Like,
all right, yeah.
So like her character in the book is a news reporter, so it really fits like her resume, I guess. But yeah, I thought she'd be perfect for it.
And beside Luke just being a great artist in and of itself, was there any reason beyond that why you went towards Luke to do the art for this?
Well, I was looking for a certain style. Actually, at first, before I was drawn to Luke, I was drawn to his colorist, Patrick Gamma, who does do the colors. Like he and Patrick have worked together on a lot of projects. First one that really drew my attention, because I did have like a specific style in mind, was Chrome Dog. So Patrick's coloring on Chrome Dog really kind of drew me in, and I started paying. Like I kind of filed Luke away as an artist in the back of my mind. Like we were already friendly and streaming together, and I knew he had from my comic. Um, but yeah, over time, like it became clear like he was the artist who I think could really bring the style home, and he delivered.
Yeah, I especially really dig these spaceships and everything. And so
He spent a lot of time
definitely,
on the spaceships. I actually have I had a campaign, and this is like more for me because these didn't sell, but they might now after the book launches and become popular. But like I have these like little
solo with you here.
3D prints, the
Oh, cool.
F-26 Aerostar. It's basically like stealth fighter design, but like spaceshipy and like fly real
Is
fast.
there any property that we might be familiar with that sort of has inspired call sign Orion?
So yeah, for the spaceships, I'd say they're a cross between the Viper from Battlestar Galactica and the R-Wing from Star Fox.
Ah, Star Fox. Yes. Yeah, I can see that. I can absolutely see that. Yeah. We're joined here by Jid. What's up, Jid? We got Andrew Bussy, who says, new to the channel from a recommendation from a friend. Just got into the stream. Awesome artwork for this one. Well, thank you very much for being here, Andrew. And I agree. Paulus Art says, yes, the colors are really dope.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, Patrick's great.
Look, Luke through his avatar. Very cool. Oh, you got another cat now.
I got another cat. This is Gandalf.
Yeah. You shall
like
not.
The bright light.
Looks like a big old cat there.
He is big. He's very. This guy's enormous.
Oh
Can't even get him on the screen. He's a 13-pound cat, so he's a big bruiser.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's up, Edwin? Great to see you here. Everyone who's just joined, we've just launched Call Sign Orion, which is RJ's comic here. He is the writing talent, but he has also got the help of one Mike Barron doing the editing on the book.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 3 backers already. Hey, if you do back and you're listening to the stream, shout us out. Let us know that you're back so we can shut you out.
Yeah.
Because I would love to. Even if I don't think Fund My Comic does backer numbers, but you can just claim it. Anyone who wants to claim, any one of those 3 backers who wants to claim being backer number 1, let us know, and yeah, we'll just shout you out.
Yeah. Also for the backers, I am giving away while these last. I've got anywhere from 100 to 150. I forgot what the exact count is, but I've got these stickers. This is it's kind of got a glare there. So that's kind of been my avatar online for a while. That's the original iteration of Orion there. So you'll get a sticker of that with your book. What else do you get? I think that's the only. Oh yeah, the pop socket, of course. I almost forgot. So I've got this functional art that I was giving away to people who got on the Substack, which was my mailing list. So yeah, I'm giving this away for free to backers as well while supplies last. Just the remaining pop sockets, just kind of some cool functional art to go.
How are you going to ship that? That's like a big funky thing.
Yeah, like Gemini, like it collapses like.
Oh, right, it collapses
like a button. Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
So it goes on the back of your phone like that, and then you got a handle for your phone. I got one on the back of my phone, but I can't show you because I'm on my phone's camera.
My daughter uses all the kids now have like these little suction cup things on them. They're very annoying because she sticks it everywhere. Collision Mom says, I backed, just not sure what number. Yeah, I don't know if they do numbers yet. And I think that's like apparently a really difficult thing to do, to have different backer numbers for different campaigns and stuff. And I understand why, but yeah, doesn't help us. All right, so we've got a 48-page book here. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say this is a sci-fi book.
Yeah, safe bet.
Safe bet. We got some spaceships here. Shields down. So we're starting here with a fight in space. Now, but we don't really know. We don't know what call sign Orion is, and we don't really know these characters. So who are we looking at here? Who's this guy in the suit?
So that guy in the suit, the blue guy, he's Orion, or at least that's his call sign. And he's basically, I don't want to like steal name from another sci-fi property, but I guess they stole it from real life. He's basically like a Master Chief, if you will, because he's the leader of what in his time is a Navy SEAL team. So the story takes place 1,000 years in the future, and everyone gets around in ships. So I figured the Navy SEALs of this time would also be a fighter squadron. So they're kind of both. They're called the Alphas. They fly in their spaceships as a squadron. They also get out and fight. Their suits have propulsion to them. It's super advanced because it's the future. A lot of it's alien technology that was gifted to humans. So yeah, in a way, he's got. You could say he's sort of like in terms of his powers, a cross between Iron Man and Captain America. So it's kind of OP that way.
All right, I have two questions.
Yeah.
Is it our future, like it's our timeline, it's our world, but it's just 1,000 years in the future?
Correct.
And you said powers. Does he have actual enhanced physical abilities beyond just like the suit that he's wearing?
Yep. So he does have like some biological enhancements that's similar, like what Captain America has. So physically, he's like a Captain America. But he's got his suit that's, I wouldn't say it's as powerful as like an Iron Man suit, but definitely has some unique capabilities that other suits of his time don't have.
And that's just him, or is that his whole team?
That's just him and like 2 guys on his team, so they're a 6-man team.
Yep. Eccentric back at 3 here. Great show, Michael. Good luck on your first campaign, RJ. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Eccentric.
Great to see you.
And Andrew says, I love the digital looking panel border on the 3rd preview page. Okay, let's have a look here. Which one's he talking about? So we got 1, 2, 3. I guess he's talking about this one here with this sort of like glitching panel here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so in the last panel of the previous page, they're sealing off the space vacuum because they just blew through into a door into a landing bay. So they're creating a seal so they could take off their helmets. So that's what you see behind them.
Yeah. So that's our main guy there. That's Orion.
Yep.
And Andrew wants to know is this the result of humans evolving over time, or are these like technological enhanced abilities? Because Captain America has the serum,
Yeah, it's the latter. Yeah, it's technology.
Yeah. Hey, Belmont's in the house. He says, good luck, RJ.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so now these guys take off their helmets. They're talking to, I don't know if in 1,000 years the human race is going to evolve into fat people. So there's something, and Bugman. What's going on here? Who are these two?
So those are not humans. Those are aliens.
Thank God.
Yeah, those are aliens. Like, so I don't know. Mankind has maybe done some like unethical tinkering with some alien species to make them kind of intelligent and humanoid. So you've got like their native species.
Damn humans.
What's that?
Damn humans.
I know.
Always playing God.
Yep. So their native species are kind of like a giant wasp, scorpion sort of creature, and like a sort of a yeti sort of creature. But these guys are like also biologically engineered. The one on the left is Sirius. He's from an ice planet. The other one on the right is Scorpion. He's from a rocky desert planet. And you tell one's kind of like a sort of like a cat-like sort of creature. The other one's kind of like a bug.
What's the main menace in this world 1,000 years in the future? What are they? Who call sign Orion? I mean, I guess if they're sort of part of the Navy, they've got to be.
Yep.
You would imagine like serving and protecting, and who are they fighting against?
A terrorist cell called the NIR. And
there's Mike Barron involved. There's a terrorist cell. I know that. Yeah.
It's funny because the terrorist cell precedes Mike's involvement, but yeah, it fits.
Great minds think alike.
I guess so.
So there's even 1,000 years in the future, we're still having to put up with it. So
yeah,
never goes away.
So
there's a terrorist cell. What do the terrorists want?
They want their leader released. So their leader is in a supermax, and he's kind of like a strategic genius that we don't want out and about. But they've
Right.
captured some hostages, and they're demanding his release.
Is that what's happening in this book?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's like the main conflict.
And how do the how do our heroes play into that? Are they like they're out to make sure that doesn't happen, or?
Yeah, they're basically the SEAL team that was sent to rescue the hostages
Mhm.
and kick some ass because they don't intend on letting the bad guy go.
I see. I see. Sounds like a classic setup. Who's this guy here?
The guy on the right there,
Yep.
that is Viper. He is second in command of the NIR, so he's leading this hostage capture.
Right. Dude, it looks really good. It sounds, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like a good classic like 80s movie, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if
Well,
that's what you were
that's
going for, but that's just kind of like what it sounds. The kinds of movies they just don't make anymore. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, that is definitely the vibe I was going for. And if you look at the cover B, that's by Doc Blaylock, and Dark Gift, Anthony Romano. There's definitely like a retro vibe to it. I told him I want it to be like a movie poster that looked like it could be like a 70s or 80s sci-fi that you might have seen, that could have
Mhm.
come out of that era. To me, it looks like a show I might have watched as a kid.
Yep. Yeah, like an animation,
Yeah,
definitely.
like I was teasing people online, like posting it, and I texted Jid, who's in the chat, like, "Hey, did you watch the show as a kid?" It's
Yeah.
like trying to go for the Mandela effect.
Yeah, it looks like some good old-fashioned space opera, says Tassus Jones. The one on the left is serious. The one on the right is silly goose. Let's have a look. Is that their personalities?
No, the one on the right is Scorpion, not a silly goose.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, I think so as well. He might. He looks like he's a kind of a no nonsense type character.
Yeah, Scorpion's very no nonsense. Yeah, he's
Now you
definitely
said there
not.
were 6 people in the team, though. Are there?
Yep.
There's 3 others we haven't met yet.
Yeah, there's 3 more who are out in space.
Fighting in the ships.
Yeah, they're fighting in their ships because there's a whole, as you can see, there's a big space battle going on out there. So they'll be preoccupied during while the other guys are on board the ship.
For me, this genre, my favorite sort of medium for this genre is actually video games. I grew up playing Space Quest and just various different like space fighter, like jet fighter kind of video games and stuff like that. It reminds me a little bit of that. So I've always really loved this this genre, and there's been a lot of pretty good installments over the years in comic books. I'm thinking of like Clint Stoker's Fatal. Actually, Luke has done a few. You mentioned one earlier, and I'm totally blanking on the name. The similar coloring. What was that one?
Chrome Dog.
Chrome Dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was another good one too.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely fertile ground for some very kind of, because you can go pretty much anywhere with it in terms of creativity. What's the you mentioned this guy's from another planet, this guy's from a different planet. What's the sort of deal in terms of like is this like a galaxy spanning civilization now? Is that sort of what we're working with?
Yeah, galaxy spanning civilization. So I kind of like combined all of, like the science fiction that I really love. So like, Foundation, Dune, Star Wars, all that classic. There's like a kind of, you're in the shadows of there is a Star Wars called Shadow of the Empire, but that's basically you're in the shadow of the Galactic Empire, I guess you could say. So there was recently a galactic civil war. Before that, there was a war against biological intelligence, or between biological intelligence and artificial intelligence.
Much like today.
Yeah, much like
Very
today.
apt,
Yeah.
very poignant. I feel like that's coming too, by the way.
It's on the horizon, I think.
Some sort of battle is on the way. I feel like a lot of the movies that we watch, like I was watching The Matrix a couple of weeks ago, and it's explicit. He's saying like, yeah, there was a war between us and AI. I was like, damn, why did this feels a little too real at the moment?
Right.
Oh, here's and look, right on time as I'm scrolling up. Hello, Lisa. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
Hey.
Hello.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, thanks for being here.
By the way.
I was just we were just talking about earlier the character in the book and how you're based on that, and how you're this multi-talented person there, doing writing and acting and voice acting, all this sort of stuff. So
go on. It's funny, I'm actually exhausted because I was performing last night on stage until like 2 a.m. So I'm like so tired.
So how did you get roped into this book?
It's funny. Ross actually, hi Ross, how are you?
Hey.
So he came to me, man, was it a couple years ago, I think?
Mhm.
And just, hey, I want to get into screenwriting. And at the time, I was doing a lot of screenwriting and working with a lot of producers and directors. And I had 2 or 3 of my own projects that were starting to get legs. And I was learning a lot about that side of the industry. Like I've been an actor my entire life. And so I know the on-camera part and I know what it's like to be an actor. But when it comes to actually creating projects, I was very new to that. So I was writing them and I was putting teams together and following that journey. And so it was kind of a perfect time for him to come to me with this screenplay. And I read it and it was so well written and it was so well fleshed out and the characters were so interesting and the universe was so interesting and there was so much world building happening. That's some of the hardest parts of fiction and fantasy writing is just creating an entire new universe with new rules and making sure that you follow your own rules of your universe that you have created. I was blown away by this like sci-fi screenplay and I'm like, this is incredible. You will never get this made as a movie. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen.
In the face.
It's so true.
I was just being honest. I'm like, here's the deal. I'm not going to stop you. I think that you should absolutely go for it if you want to go for it. Go out there and hustle, make the right connections, find the right partner. But I'm telling you, as a first-time screenwriter wanting to create a movie, maybe start with a low budget indie or something. Like this is a multi-million-dollar giant blockbuster of a movie that that you want to get made when you have no track record as a screenwriter, you have no connections that you really know of to get this made. I'm like, this is a steep hill, dude. Like, I will help you as much as I can. And like, let's work through this screenplay and like, let me give you pointers and how I, just from my writer's perspective, let me just kind of give you some notes, take them or leave them, because who knows? Some of my favorite writers in the industry who write at very top level, for example, one of the writers of Big Bang Theory also wrote on my show, All That. And so when I obviously I was a kid on All That, I grew up and I stayed friends with most of the people who worked on the show. And so I stayed friends with him all these years later. And I asked him, I was like, will you please give me notes on my little pilot script? And he's like, absolutely. So he read it. We went out to dinner and he gave me his notes, and he always finished, like every time he would like give me a note, he would also finish with, but also, I don't know, because no one knows and no one can ever possibly know. Who knew that snakes on a plane would be as big as it, who just knew the Emoji Movie would be great. If it wasn't great, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just, you give your notes to the best of your ability, but like also could be wrong, could be right. So I was like, take these notes with a grain of salt, but also this should definitely be a graphic novel. This should be a comic book. Like, this should be amazing in that space. And here we are. Sorry, that was a very long story. Long.
So did you have involvement in the development of this story as well? The call sign Orion story?
No, not really.
How about this character here? Because we got this, because one of the stretch goals on this campaign is to have you do a cosplay cover is as his character. RJ, did you involve Lisa at all in this character's at all, or you just
That's
just
the first
like,
time hearing about it. I'm just kidding.
By the way, it's such an amazing shirt. You're so small on my screen. How do I make you
yeah,
bigger?
thank
You're
you.
so tiny, but I'm like, I just noticed. I'm like, dang, that's a good shirt.
I can make him bigger,
Temperamental
but
podcast.
his camera is that's your podcast.
It's better. Yes, that's the logo to my podcast. I'm so honored.
What's the name of your podcast?
That's Temperamental with Lisa Foyles. It's a half-hour weekly show co-hosted by my cat Kevin, who likes to hang out around on the set.
This is my cat Gandalf.
We've seen many cats over the course of the last half hour.
Yeah,
they don't like to be in the limelight, though. I don't know.
Mine do. Mine want to be in the limelight at all
I think
times.
they do, at least RJ's cats. They don't like it when he starts talking because they don't know who he's talking to. Like, what is happening here? So we just went live with this book, so we have a little bit of way to go to get to the 4,500 amount here, because the book is so affordable. It's $5, just $5, and with shipping and that, it's probably going to be under $10 in the US to get a book out to you. Also, you can get it digitally as well. Now, there are more expensive perks on here. You can get the double here. That's the one with the special gloss pages to get a bit more pop in the colors. And then you got this tee here, which is the Lena Riley trading card. What's that one about?
So it's kind of a bigger trading card. Then it's not your standard size. I got one here, but Lisa signed a bunch of them. That's the one I'll be sending. So you got Lisa's picture here with her autograph, and then you've got Lena Riley, the character.
She's so awesome. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. She's such a cool design. Like I really want to cosplay as. I mean, I'm going to. I want to. I will. I will. Yeah, it's such a cool design. Like she's way cooler than me. Look at that. I want to be that cool. I need these.
We've learned about all the others. So we've learned about him down here. We learned about these. We don't know anything about Lena yet. RJ, tell us a little bit about her.
So yeah, I guess that ties into the world building. And this is where it gets a little bit like Starship Troopers, Brave New World. I did advertise this as a dystopian. But yeah, there's a lot of different factions, you could say, a lot of different civilizations, and that's part of where I had fun with the world building. So the faction, I guess, that Orion represents is called the Union, and that's Earth's government. But they're kind of like, you might say they're like a galactic Soviet Union, I guess.
They've gone awry.
They've gone a little awry. So I like the nuance, because there's definitely like some obvious good and evil, and like Orion's like rescuing some hostages. Among them is his girlfriend, and there's definitely some bad guys involved. So there's definitely some nuance to the story and some heroics and villainy on both sides, you could say. But yeah, Lena Riley's character, she's basically the head of the Ministry of Media. So the news, propaganda, whatever you want to call it, is basically delivered to you through.
I was about to say, do you mean like
a lot of story
media?
exposition is delivered to Lena Riley? I mean, you might say she's like April O'Neil to the Ninja Turtles, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool. We have another backer in here. Jake Blues just backed. He says, good luck with getting it done. Thank you so much, Jake. We're joined here by William and Ghost of Nessa. Great to see you here as well as always. Let's scroll back up to the top. Have a look at what we're working with here. Yeah, obviously it's great when you put out such an affordable book, and $5 for a 48-page book is very, very affordable around these parts.
Oh, yeah.
The only hard thing is it's that you make it a lot harder on yourself to reach that funding goal. Just means you need to get a lot more people.
Yeah.
Get it in front of a lot more people.
Yeah.
To find those backers. But yeah, you can't really argue. You got 42 pages of story, 2 pages of fan art, that free pop socket for the first 10 backers that we saw earlier, free stickers for 100 backers, all for an entry level of $5. So really can't go wrong with it.
Got another visitor. Say hi.
Hello. Oh, I wish I was there. Oh,
I know. I wish you were here too.
This is my wife Emily, and
Hello.
Hello, Emily.
Hello, YouTube world. Hi, Mike.
Are you
How
proud
are
of
you?
your husband?
What's that?
Are you proud of your husband?
Oh, I'm super proud
Making
of him.
comic is not easy.
No, it's been a long journey for sure,
Yeah.
but I'm super proud of him. Just encourage, I'm just glad he took the leap to make it happen. So I'm excited to see what happens from here.
Yeah, no, well, like Lisa was saying, I'm as well really intrigued and impressed by all the world building that has clearly gone into this. So we were chatting just before we came on, Lisa, about this galactic empire that is he's set up and built, and how the Orion and his team fit into it and everything. So it does sound like a lot of fun and very interesting. And I agree 100%. I mean, yeah, getting this made into some sort of like maybe an animation or something would be a monumental task.
Well, I think this is such a good first step that could lead to those things. You know what I mean? It's like it would be so hard to take this screenplay and just try to sell it as is, but now like look at what you've created, like look at the artwork, like it's actually you can read the story, you can see it, you can feel like you're involved, and that can get the attention of a producer who could be like, this would be an amazing movie and I know just the guy to do it, or an animated movie, or a series, a Netflix series. Like this, you're proving the concept with this, and or this is the way to do, you know what I mean? Like it's such a good first step, and it looks so gorgeous. Oh my gosh, look at this artwork. It's so pretty. I love it.
It's so good. I'm looking forward to like printing a big like poster size of the cover, and we're gonna hang it up in like a studio office. Yeah.
Do that fun stuff. Doc is in the house.
Doc.
Doc, you're the artist on this one here. You and Anthony. So this is the variant cover here that we looked at earlier. He's saying, "What's up there?" Reese just got here. Sell me. All right. Well, this is call sign Orion, which is a space adventure, new space adventure comic by RJ here and the gang. We've got Luke Stone on the art, edited by the one, the only Mike Barron. Probably heard of him. He currently has a campaign on Kickstarter that's like making crazy waves at the moment for his 700-page Nexus omnibus. Mike
he
has
hit like 130,000, I think, was like with the last news article I saw.
Crazy. Mike's become one of my favorite writers. And I was introduced to him through YouTube and everything. I wasn't familiar with Mike's work previously. But I grab pretty much everything Mike puts out now. So having him on the team as an editor is a massive boon. Doc says congratulations. Did I read out? We got I did, Jake. Yes, Jake did. I did read that out. Jake was back in number 4 on this.
All right, thank you, Jake.
We got another one here. Thank you very much, Jake. Yeah, and as anyone does back, let us know so we can shout you out and thank you. Look at that great cover there.
So pretty.
Oh, here's the question. So they're in space. They've got very high-tech suits. They're sort of, technologically, artificially enhanced humans. They're rocking samurai swords. What's going on there?
So Orion is the only one with a sword. The other guys just kind of have like sort of like Rambo knives, I guess.
Yep.
But that's just part of Orion's signature. It's part of his backstory as well, which will be revealed later.
I don't know if you are a Trek fan, but in Star Trek you've got the Borg, and it always annoyed me that they were just so helpless against the Borg, because the Borg could adapt to any weaponry. But like, if you went up to a Borg and chopped his head off with a sword, he's not coming back from that. There's no defense against that. So it's like maybe there was, a call to just go back to old blade weapons, and they would have been able to kill him easily. But I guess that might not have made a great story. But there you go. He's got his sword right here.
I mean, that happens in Dune. They got those body shields, so everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just read Dune a few months ago because I loved the movie, and I wanted to know what it was all about. And they do get into that, and that's another one as well that has got a bit of a similarity you've got in here, where they've in that world they've completely eschewed computers and artificial intelligence and everything. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of stories based on that coming out over the next couple of years.
Yeah,
it's definitely a hot topic.
Yeah, for sure. About the AI and AI is the enemy.
Is that going to be a big part of your universe?
Sorry,
is that going to be a big part of your universe? The sort of the humans versus technology.
I mean, it's part of the backstory of the universe, but I didn't go so far as to like get rid of all computers like they did in Dune.
Yeah.
They're just limited the advancement of computers because there's alien species that are farther along in their technological progress than humans, and they've run into like bumped up against that AI issue before, so they kind of know how to circumvent it. Humans were just foolish, like kind of like the way they were engineering other lesser intelligent species. We just like to play God, so of course we did that to ourselves.
Andrew's got a question here in the chat. Based off the cover, do they use energy-based weaponry or more traditional firearms, or a mix?
It's kind of a mix. Like they have like a limit and like ammunition they could carry, but it is energy-based rounds.
How long have you been developing this? You said it was like at least a couple of years?
Longer than that. Probably like 10 years, 10 plus.
10, yeah. I was the same, man. I was developing my story and everything for years and years, just like in my lunch break, kind of figuring it all out. And I had no connections. At least people who are in the industry. I had absolutely nothing. So, but that's the cool thing about the internet and YouTube and everything. Everyone can kind of meet now and network and learn off each other.
Well, that's the great thing about this online community we have, because without that, I wouldn't be able to make this book. I mean, I would have never known that I even lived by Mike Barron.
Yeah, it's crazy. It ends up being a small world. And there are people here I'm in Melbourne in Australia, Lisa, and there are people here that I've known online. I've known them over YouTube for 5 years now. I still haven't gone to see them physically.
Wow.
That's like crossing the weird barrier. To see them in the flesh.
Yeah.
It's that's the brave new world we live in.
It's so funny. Yeah, I have a writing partner who lives in Ireland as well, and yeah, we've never hung out. Like I've known him for years, and we wrote a screenplay together, and we worked on a couple other projects together. And I've even been to Ireland twice, and it just like didn't work out because he like lives really south. He lives south in Cork, and I was always
that is a little.
I know. I was the first time I went to Dublin. First time I went to Ireland, I didn't know him, but then I met him, and then I went back to Ireland, and we were trying to meet up, but he's in Cork, south of Ireland, and I was always in Dublin, so I was way up north. So I only had like a one or 2 day window during my travel that he could come up, and it just like didn't work with his schedule. So I'm like, oh my god, I came all the way over here. We still can't connect, but it's fine. But I mean, with video chatting and phone calls, like it feels like we know each other. Like it feels like we, we've met a million times, but
I've always been pretty introverted, never really put myself out there. But when, like I said, like this whole big independent comic book crowdfunding boom took off, and we had this CG community and everything grow up, and I was just like, COVID hit. Everyone was like, especially here in Melbourne, we were locked down. We were like curfew and everything. So the only way you could interact with the world, you had to just put yourself out there.
Totally. Yeah. In fact,
kind of like, it worked out in the end, but
yeah, no, I was gonna say, I just remembered too, my writing partner in Ireland, I've now been in 2 of his movies, but still never met him because for one of them, he just sent me
time to schedule a meeting, maybe.
I know. For one of them, so behind this gray screen, I have a green screen. And so one of them, he had me do a green screen part, and actually a host. I was like a old timey like game show host or something like that. It was a long time ago. So I shot all my parts here and then emailed them to him, and they put it in the movie. And then they, the movie like won all these awards and film festivals. I'm like, I've not met anybody who and then I did a voiceover for another one of his. So yeah, we've been involved in so many projects, but it's just like never worked out for us to meet. It's so funny. But like I'm in Vegas. Who doesn't want to come to Vegas? Like they should be coming to me.
I would love to go. I'm a big poker player. I would love to go to Vegas one day. It's just very far away. That's the only.
That is, yes. You're quite.
RJ, have you met Mike? Have you gone and met with him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're like, oh yeah, you said earlier you met him. Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, we never like worked on the script remotely. We always just met for coffee, and all the notes were like just handwritten. He would just write them as we're just talking at a table.
Yeah, I like that Mike is kind of old school like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's still just doing amazing stuff. So that's very cool. But how about Luke? Did you meet with Luke?
No, never met Luke in person. No.
I don't even know where Luke is based. Actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I know he's somewhere in Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm somewhere in
Speaking
Colorado.
of COVID, he was a guy that he got thrown around by COVID like crazy. He was in a coma.
Yeah.
For a year almost or something like that. It was absolutely nuts.
Yeah, he spent 5 months in a coma and then years recovering from the lung damage. He's come a long way from that.
One of the best things I did was a bunch of people made it over to Tampa in Florida a couple of years back and got to meet a lot of people who I know here from the chat. That was amazing. I would love to do that again. Actually, people are doing it in a couple of weeks' time for Heroes Con. I don't know if you know about that one. A lot of people are going to go meet up there. It is actually really fun to meet people that you've been interacting with for so long just over the internet and actually meet them in real life. It is definitely worth doing it. For me though, it's like $5,000 just to get over there. So it's like it's a bit of we're a bit far away. Doc says, "Is that you, Lisa?" That is you.
Hi, it's me. That's me. Hi.
In the flesh and in comic book form.
Yes. She's so cool.
So
I need this outfit. I need this exactly replicated for me.
There you go. If you want to see Lisa immortalized in a cosplay cover, you need to help get this book funded. I think that's at $4,500, so a little bit far away at the moment, but
we'll get there.
We can get there. Just need to get it out there, get in front of eyeballs, get in front of everyone. I think we got did we get another backer? I thought I said someone. No, still waiting on the 5th backer, but we're $55 in. Really need to. I might have spoke to you about this, RJ. The need for just being constantly marketing, even to the point where you think you're just annoying everyone, but that's just the way it has to be.
Yeah.
Is there no shipping fee for this comic? Asks William. I think there is.
There is. I'm a little surprised I'm not seeing the plus shipping on there because it should be factored in.
You might have to go check that out after the stream ends and make sure that's on there.
Yeah, there is shipping included.
But
that's part of why, especially in the first 48 hours, prices are going to go up after the first 48 hours. So I'm trying to give everyone incentive to get in on the good deals.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, I am going to have to end it out there. That is going to be the show for me. Good luck with the campaign and everything else. It sounds like you're trying to build something really big here, so I hope you can get it all going and get it all working together. The book looks fantastic, and it sounds great too. So, let's see you get some more backers on here. Oh, we lost Lisa.
Oh,
hi, Lisa. Oh, William just backed. Amazing, fantastic.
Oh, thank you, William.
Let's do a refresh there.
And remember, if you back, you get free stuff. You get a free pop socket. So all those people who backed, I definitely got enough to go around. Sticker, pop socket. These are the freebies you get. Original Orion. This is by Johnny JP7 Art on Twitter, but he also did the trading card too. So
I'm sure Doc and Anthony will be spruiking the hell out of this over the next few months over on their channels. So look forward to seeing that. All right, man. Well, thank you very much for coming on and launching on the channel. It's always an honor to help someone, especially for their first launch.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is a huge honor for having me on.
Oh no, man, it's really nothing. So no, thank you for coming on. Thank you for everyone who hung out in the chat, and especially a big thank you to everybody who backed. You are awesome. You guys are what make it all work. I'm struggling here.
First cough
Can you
an hour
imagine me
in.
trying to do this last week? It just wouldn't have worked. It would not
Yeah.
have worked. But thank you for being flexible on that. All right, everybody. I am going to have to bounce now. I'm going to see if anyone else is live we might want to raid into. Pass it along, so to speak. Phil Diaz was very generous to raid into me. Let's see if anyone else is live that I can see here. Oh, looks like John is still live. They're launching Wolf and Batsy. Excellent. Oh my God, I have to stop talking. This is not going to go well. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. I will see you in a couple of days, hopefully. My flu will be fully gone by that point. All right. Go make sure you go out and check out Call Sign Orion. See you later, guys. Bye.
Perth made an Australian video and I wasn't even in it.
Emotional damage.